This is Principle 5 of 11 against the Chinese Marxist model. This is a principle that one despot can ruin the work of previous, somewhat enlightened despots. In the philosophy of government, there's a particular type of governance which is known as enlightened despot. The concept of an enlightened despot could compete with democracy, which has messiness in the nature of elections, coalitions, compromises, 2-year programs, 4-year programs, different directions. What if a leader actually had the interests of the citizens at heart and is not preoccupied with stuffing their pockets full of the property of the people? The challenge for typical despots is to enrich themselves, their families, without the people seeing it. The enlightened despot, however, believes that he or she is the first servant of the people, that it is their job to improve the well-being of the citizen, to improve their shelter, their food, their health, their trade, the security of the nation. Where there might be a delay in a democracy to deliver these things, with the despot, there is no delay. To increase trade within the country, to build canals, to perhaps improve old age pensions, to make sewer systems, roads, they just order it. In 1787, when they were drafting our Constitution of Philadelphia, they did speak of enlightened despots, and at that time they referred to Frederick the Great of Prussia, who ruled from 1740 to 1786. He even had French philosopher Voltaire live at his palace for 3 years, and of course they conversed in Paris, the language of the court of Europe. Frederick the Great was a quality musician himself. It was the quote-unquote Platonic idea of a philosopher king. If we look at China's development after Mao's death in 1976, one might refer to Deng Xiaoping, who was a greater among equals, who in 1978 started China's rapid development by opening the country to free markets and personal initiative. He raised about a quarter of the Earth's poor out of poverty, but as a despot, he also oversaw the crushing of nationwide democracy protests in 1989, to include the Tiananmen Square massacre. Starting in 2012, Xi Jinping, the present paramount leader of China, began his term. Is he an enlightened despot or merely a despot? Is the interest of the people or is his personal interest more important to him? China's growth rates under Deng Xiaoping had been 10% or better, which is easier to do in an early stage of development. In 2012, China's growth rate was 7.9%. From where I stand, Xi Jinping has focused more on personal glory than the economic interest and increasing the liberty of the general citizen. In fact, something known as Xi thought has been elevated